When we left the US a few months ago, we weren't running away from anything. We were searching for something, a better quality of life. We'd heard stories from other families and other people who had already left say things like, we didn't realize how heavy things were until we stepped outside of it. And I really get that now. Because as soon as we arrived in Southeast Asia, I felt like I had time traveled. Not just physically, but emotionally as well. It felt like I had stepped back into the 90s, into a version of life that I remember from my childhood. Slower, lighter, and more hopeful. What we were feeling back in the US, the pressure, the overwhelm, the constant stress, is something psychologists call a scarcity mindset. It's the belief that there's never enough time, never enough money, never enough space, never enough you. And here's the thing, that mindset isn't just personal, it's cultural. It's been baked into the American way of life right now. For decades, Americans have been told that if you just work hard enough, you will succeed. But wages haven't kept up, house prices are skyrocketing, and healthcare is a complete mess. 63% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and that includes people who are making a six-figure income. So then what happens? You start to believe that there's no room to breathe, that you're always falling behind, and that you have to fight for everything that you have. You begin to live like there's never enough to go around. And that breeds isolation, fear, and competition. It's no wonder we're exhausted. We didn't fail, the system is failing us. And then we landed in Southeast Asia, and things here truly feel different. People have less, maybe at least materialistically, but they're not afraid. They don't live in fear. They have this belief that things are getting better, that the future can be brighter. And that's the biggest difference, a growth mindset. The feeling that used to define the American dream, it's still alive here. These are places that are still building, growing communities, building infrastructure, and rising economies. There's a feeling here that things are still unfolding. There's possibilities, and it's contagious. It really took me some time to figure out exactly what I was feeling. I knew when we arrived immediately that it was like being back in the 90s, and I thought maybe that it was because they just haven't progressed to the level of technology and infrastructure and everything that we currently have in the US. But I quickly realized that that wasn't the case, because places like Bangkok are incredibly advanced. The technology here is incredible. There is no lack of Western amenities. So there had to be something else. And the best way I can describe what I'm feeling here is like stepping back into a time where hope still lives, where people still believe that life can be full, even if it's simple, where your worth isn't based on your output or your income or your productivity. It reminded me of being a kid when weekends were slow and you knew your neighbors and joy didn't cost anything. And I realized maybe we didn't just leave the US. Maybe we stepped out of a mindset that we didn't even know we were trapped in. So here we are, a few months into our journey, and we came here looking for peace, but we found something else too, possibility. And here's the truth. You don't have to leave the US to begin healing this mindset, but you do have to question the system and the stories that you're told, that your value lies in what you produce, how productive you are, how much money you make. So here's what you can do to shift out of that scarcity mindset. Reconnect with people. Scarcity isolates, community heals. One of the most powerful antidotes to a scarcity mindset is real, consistent human connection. You could host a weekly potluck, no matter how small, trade babysitting or even meals with neighbors. Prioritize presence over perfection. Let people into your life even if it's messy. Connection is why we are here. It gives us purpose and meaning to our lives. I always love giving book recommendations, so I'm going to be doing a few of those. The Art of Gathering is a beautiful practical guide to helping you to make meaningful connections with those around you. Reclaim your time. Scarcity says you're behind. Enoughness says you're here. In the US, time is treated like money. Think hustle culture. It's always being spent, saved, optimized. But here's the truth. You do not have to fill every hour of every day to matter. You can try blocking out white space in your schedule where you plan to have time that is not filled. You have nothing to do that day. Time with no plan. Embrace slow rituals like gardening, having tea time, reading bedtime stories to your children. Put away your phone for chunks of the day. Don't have it there to distract you. Go for a walk outside without your phone. Read, journal. Beware the bareness of a busy life. Redefine success. Scarcity defines success as more. Growth defines it as enough. Culture teaches us to chase titles, income, and likes, but real success is peace, joy, and alignment. Write your own personal definition of success and update it often. Celebrate the small wins, rest, creativity, connection. Stop asking, what do I want to do? And ask, how do I want to feel? Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Book recommendation is Essentialism. For anyone feeling stretched too thin, this is a call to pursue only what truly matters. Stay open to possibility. Scarcity narrows, growth expands. A scarcity mindset will close doors before they even open. But you are allowed to dream. You are allowed to explore. You are allowed to say, this life isn't working for me. I want something more. Explore slow travel or digital nomad options. Research intentional communities in co-housing. Practice saying what if instead of I can't. Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. You can read The Good Life. This book is based on the longest study of human happiness. And spoiler, it's not about money or status. It's about connection and presence. You don't have to stay in survival mode. You don't have to accept stress as your baseline. You are allowed to want more slowness, more depth, more joy. And you are allowed to go find it. We're finding it, and we're cheering you on every step of the way.
See the fishies swimming?
You think you can catch them?